Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday, the 21st of April 2022. Today's Millwall news, quite light and friendly stories. We're going to start off with this from news@den.co.uk. And Gary Rowett, Millwall manager, has been giving us all a little look into his private life. So what's happening here? So how does Millwall switch off from intense playoff challenge? 21-mile runs around London. Millwall haven't taken many wrong turns recently in their playoff challenge, but the same can't be said for manager Gary Rowett. One of the ways Rowett winds down from the almost 24/7 nature of the job is by running. Rowett and technical coach Joe Carnell, above right, who live in an apartment in Canary Wharf with Rowett's son, often run home from the training ground after work. Rowett has completed the London and Leicester marathons for charity and dipped under 4 hours over 26.2 miles. The lines go to Rowett's former club Birmingham City this Saturday, sitting off just a point off 6. Rowett's family home is in Derbyshire and Carnell's is in Birmingham. The pair get away from the intensity of their jobs by pounding the roads and parks in London. We went the wrong way the other day and ended up doing 21 miles, Rowett told News@Den when asked about what he does to try to switch off at such an intense time with 3 games left. Probably the more miles I do, the less stress I have. Sometimes you need to switch off and you need to try and get a little bit of sanity somewhere because it's so full on. And when you're living down in London and away from your family, of course you tend to work a lot more than you perhaps would if you were at home. But at this stage of the season, the preparation is relatively easy because the team knows what it's doing. We're not going to do anything massively different to what we've done in the previous 40 odd games. Really, it's just little tweaks to it and making sure they're mentally ready, just as much physically. Does Rowett ever get recognised around the capital? No, not really. We tend to do different routes, Rowett said. We did Regent's Canal the other day, which basically took us all around North London. I was making sure we weren't taking any wrong turns and around there because that might not have ended well if I did get recognised. That's the beauty of London, isn't it? You can head out and it's such an eclectic pace that no one is really bothered about who anyone is. For me, it's a wonderful, wonderful city, and it's just a pleasure to be able to get out on a nice day and not think about anything most of the time. Joe's worked with me for a long time and lives with me. My lad works in Shoreditch, so it's the 3 of us down here. Basically, me and Joe have to keep my son on the straight and narrow. That's usually how it works. We tend to run home from training or head out on an evening. It's part of the perks of living in such a beautiful city. So there you go. Gary Rowett is a runner. He likes to run. And under 4 hours for a marathon time. Not bad. Not bad. But so there you go. A little insight into what Gary Rowett's been doing, what he's given up, what he's doing. He's living away from home. As I said, his family home. His family is still up in Derbyshire, and he's living down in a flat in Canary Wharf. And there you have it. There you have it. Yeah, interesting little insight into Gary Rowett's situation there. Now, again, there was some rumours that Rowett might be leaving at the end of the season. Now this might be one of the reasons why. This kind of transient lifestyle, is it? It's not. Maybe it's not desirable. It's not for everyone. He's trying to seemingly cope with it by running and stuff like that. But there you go. Now we're moving on to more from Gary Rowett. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Nowhere near. Mill boss Gary Rowett explains why trying to work out a playoff equation is pointless. Mill manager Gary Rowett is not predicting what lies in store for the remainder of the championship season, revealing he and first team technical coach Joe Carnell already got it horribly wrong when they last took a stab at working out how they and their playoff rivals would fare. The Lions could move into the top 6 if they can win at Birmingham City on Saturday. Millwall's 2-1 win over Hull City moved the South London club up to 7th in the standings and just 1 point behind Sheffield United. When asked how he saw the situation, Rowett replied, "Very simple. About a week ago, myself and Joe sat down in the apartment and tried to work out who was going to get what points, including ourselves. And 3 games later, we were basically absolutely nowhere near. That probably shows what we know about our other results than our own, plus that is just not worth trying. It's impossible. If you sit there and say such and such a team will get 1 point and then they win the game, it blows it out of the water. You have generally just got to concentrate on your own games." I said that to the players before the Barnsley game. I said, look, forget the last few games. We're in a position where we just have to take care of our own stuff. If we win our game, then we just sit back and look at the results coming in and see where we are. You can't look at it any other way. It's exactly the same. Take care of business, let's do our bit, and then everyone else drops points. It just underlines the importance of not looking at the bigger picture. It's just thinking about what we need to do better to give ourselves the best possible chance. That is really it. It's very cliche, but unfortunately it's a cliche for a reason, because probably the last 1,000 managers have said exactly the same thing, because it is about right. So there you go. Gary Rowett giving his opinion there. I think it's very telling that the 2 stories from Gary Rowett. So obviously this is the pre-match press conference, I assume, that was given in advance of the Birmingham game. And you've got the press, the local press, asking him kind of fun, light-hearted kind of questions and stuff like that. And I think that kind of tells you the mentality of what everyone thinks Millwall is going to do at Birmingham City. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any tension there or tough questions. It's like they're taking the time off of asking tough questions because we're playing Birmingham City, and they're just trying to have a bit of fun with it, which is nice. But it's telling that that's what they're doing, because it seems like a Birmingham City game, if we turn up and play right and do what we do, should be winning that one. And hopefully it's more than 1 goal, because we really do need to up that goal difference. We really do. And although it was away, Birmingham City lost 6-1 away at Blackpool. And let's see hopefully if we can get a big win up there on Saturday, that will really, really help us out on goal difference. It really, really would. So let's move on now to this. This was a bit of a shocker today. So this is also from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. And it says, Millwall duo both set to make return to squad to boost options for crunch game at Birmingham City. Mason Bennett and Luke Freeman are both set to be available for Millwall's match at Birmingham City on Saturday. The Lions look set to be without Jed Wallace, groin, and Scott Malone, hamstring. A win in the Midlands could push Gary outside into the Championship playoff zone with just 2 fixtures remaining. Bennett has been in impressive form before a calf injury sidelined him for around 6 weeks. Freeman, signed on loan from Sheffield United at the end of the January transfer window, has only made 1 appearance at Fulham before suffering his setback. Rowett said Mason and Luke have been in training. They haven't done much, maybe a couple of days between them. It's just about assessing. They have been out for a long time. Mason's probably been out for less than Luke, and obviously he has played a lot more football than Luke. It's about assessing and figuring out what we need, but they will certainly be available for the next game. Malone scored Millwall's opener in Monday's 2-1 win over Hull City at the Den by a very fortunate rebounded clearance before going off shortly afterwards. I think he did 2 massive sprints, said Ray. He went and closed the keeper down, which was almost the length of the pitch. Sometimes that leaves you a little bit vulnerable. It looked like he overstretched to make a tackle, and that's when he felt it. It doesn't look too serious, but we think he's probably going to be, at the very least, ruled out of the weekend's game along with Jed. It'll be a massive bonus if they're back for the next game against Peterborough. That is probably going to be touch and go though. So there you go. Mason Bennett and Luke Freeman back, whilst we have Jed Wallace and Scott Malone going the other way into the treatment room. So there you go. And I'm sure they were training today. We have Lions prepare for Birmingham at the Den, so they were training at the Den pitch today. And here they are, and these are the pictures. And this was so that there on the floor doing the diving tackle on Kieftenbeld is Luke Freeman. Now, this is a training game. Why is he diving in like that? Is he trying to injure him? Now, here's the thing. He's technically a Sheffield United player. We are chasing Sheffield United to get their playoff place that they currently occupy. And here we have a Sheffield United player who is on loan to Millwall, diving in a tackle in a training game. Oi, 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 oi. There's Mason Bennett there, and that looks like Murray Wallace, is it? I don't know, maybe. There's George Saville. He's still, even though it's sunny out, he's still got very pale legs there, isn't he? And Benicophobe there, and Zach Lovelace, back from his Easter holidays. That's cool. There's George Long. That is Tom Bradshaw there with Sean Hutchinson and Murray Wallace. Alex Pearce having a laugh at Mason Bennett. And Kieftenbeld, George Evans, Zach Lovelace in the background. Sean Hutchinson, George Saville, overlooked by the man himself, getting ready for his run back to Canary Wharf. I wonder if he runs through the Rotherhithe Tunnel or over Tower Bridge. Where would he go? I don't know. Yeah, there they are watching them. There's George Evans, Tyler Berry there, and Billy Mitchell. There is Ojo, Freeman, Danny McNamara. They seem to be wearing the same boots. Freeman and Danny McNamara. Interesting. Here's Ryan Leonard there. First time we've seen him. Yeah, so there you go. That is it. Training at the Den today. Lovely day today. Decent weather. Everyone seems to be up for it. Optimistic. We've got 2 players back, 2 players out, and the local press are talking about stuff that isn't related to the game, light-hearted stuff. So that seems to bode well for the result of the weekend. I mean, is anyone in doubt? They're just above the relegation zone and conceded a lot of goals, and we are chasing the playoffs. So the extra tickets did come. I think it was only 300 or so, and they sold out within an hour. Within an hour of them going on sale. The extra tickets for the Birmingham game this weekend, they were gone. Just like that. There is a renewed fervour to watch Millwall. And yeah, wherever you are in the world, if you're going to the games, if you're watching online, if you're listening online in any country around the world, join in and enjoy this while we can, and hopefully something crazy could happen at the end of the season. Could you imagine it? Millwall in the Premier League. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, it's a funny old game, isn't it? And on that note, thank you for watching.